Oh boy, don't I look tactical? I haven't even seen myself in the mirror. I bet I'm gonna cringe like a madman whenever I finally see myself, whenever I'm editing this video. Hello there, people of the internet. Support GOA and support FPC. We need them right now more than we ever have before. So, I got my hands on one of these vests. This is like the cheapest possible vest that somebody could buy off of eBay. And in certain circumstances, I don't feel like going into the story. Somebody decided to go ahead and get this for me. And I figured, hey, why don't I go ahead and make a video on it? First off, I'm gonna say this is not a fighting vest. If you're going into some sort of known combat zone, do not bring this. This would make an all-right outdoors vest if you didn't have anything else. I'm gonna say right off the bat, the Fitment is not designed for an actual human body. It is designed for, I don't know. It's small in some places, large in the others, and no matter how I adjust it, there's just some things that I cannot manage to pull off. I'm pretty sure it was designed for the people that are combat wannabes and LARPers and things like that. People that are a little heavier set in nature because they never do any actual training. And because I mean, no matter how tight I make this thing, just the inside area right here has like a 6-inch gap between the actual vest and my abdomen here, and I make it as tight as I possibly can, but it's not going anywhere. This is not a real deal vest. Do not actually use this for any legitimate practical purposes. I'm literally just making this video because I have one of these and they are the cheapest possible thing that anybody can find. If you look at them on eBay, like, they're classified as like airsoft vest, but even whenever I go airsofting, I do not bring equipment like this. I've noticed there's a couple of AR mag pouches on this thing. Do not buy this thing with the intention of running your AR with it. If I were in a situation where I needed to run my AR, I would there's no way in hell I would touch this thing. I would grab my actual plate carrier and I would use that for any practical purposes that I seem fit. Alright, that being said, I don't even know where to start with this dumpster fire. First off, like I said, Fitment is not great. No matter how tight I pull this thing, it loosens up. And on the walk out here, the straps on the side that you use to tighten this thing, those got loose literally just walking out here to the gun range. So you're not going to be lugging this thing around for any real length or distance or anything like that. You could probably jerry-rig it to be somewhat usable, but that would take some significant modifications. Alright, AR mag pouches. I do not recommend using these with an AR platform, but they do fit actually kind of decently, and they're rather snug. They're not wobbling around. I don't feel like they're going to fall apart. If you decide to use this vest, don't run an AR with it. I would recommend using these mag pouches for like storage or something like that. Like I said, this would make an alright outdoors / survival style vest, but do not use it for urban or rural or any sort of gunfighting combat. Right here on the side, this came with a pistol holster. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully I'm far enough back so the camera's picking it up. It comes with a pistol holster, and this pistol holster is leaning so far out in front of me just because it's not secured at all on this thing. There is no way in hell that, what the fuck? No way in hell that you would even want to consider using this thing. Oh, it comes off. Oh, look at that. You could just discard the pistol holster whenever you decide it's garbage. It's not a pistol holder. It is a tactical garbage removal system for your for your kit here. That is exactly what that is. Let's go ahead and pull the Taurus, the budget little handgun, out of the budget holster and just let that dangle there because that was getting uncomfortable. Yeah, I would recommend just completely discarding this holster altogether and rocking like a belt holster or something if you decide to do anything with this vest. The Velcro attachments that are on it, if you're in an environment like I am, those are gonna get filled with leaves and dirt and sticks and mud and bugs and all sorts of stuff. they're going to become basically completely unusable within several minutes. So I do not recommend having large patches of Velcro on your kit like this thing. I will say that this thing is pretty lightweight though. Definitely the lightest weight vest that I have, but that also says something to the material that is used. I don't know what this leather patch is right here. It's literally just a leather patch. There's no way to get into it, and it's got this hunk of foam right here. I cannot for the life of me figure out what that is. We have some shotgun shell holders that are also held on with Velcro. These are obviously not made for 12 gauge shells. They might potentially be able to fit 20 gauge, but as you can see, it's designed to hold 7 rounds. I got 6 in here, simply because the fatness of the round, there's no way in hell that I can cram a 7th 12 gauge shell in right there. Now, these are Velcro, so if you do have yourself a shotgun receiver that is substantially warped, so you can have the Velcro attachments stick to the side of your shotgun receiver, you can just pull this off your kit or whatever it is that you're using if you don't feel like using the vest and slap it onto the side of the receiver on your shotgun. I have seen people do that on several occasions, but obviously this one probably would not work very well. I also do not know how long or how sturdy this is going to hold onto the vest with its attachments. We got ourselves a little pocket right here. That's nice. You can throw your Butterfingers and Skittles in right there if whatever rifle it is that you're ultimately running with this thing, because this seems to be the kind of equipment that somebody with a rifle would have. If that rifle does not have a Skittles containment system of its own. We have another little pouch right here. I'm assuming this is for radio, since it is right next to your face, literally right next to your face. It is absolutely tiny, but if you are rocking a vest like this for any sort of legitimate situation, odds are your radio is going to be pretty pathetically small as well, and probably not very durable. There's no antenna cut out in this thing either, so I do hope that your antenna is extremely flexible and will not break when bent at a 90-degree angle to go ahead and pop it out of this thing. That's also not very stably held. We got a couple of mag pouches for your pistols, your whatever pistol it is that you decide to run. I would not recommend using the garbage disposal holster. I do not know how large of a mag you can fit in this thing. Does not look like you'd be able to fit very large mags in this thing. You could maybe cram a 1911 mag in there. You could probably force, actually, where's my Taurus? You probably force a double stack mag in there. Yeah. Okay, double stack mags do fit. The Taurus mag with 12 rounds does in fact fit in there. Okay, cool. It's just kind of a snug fit. And for what it's worth, in your garbage disposal system right here, you also have a 4th mag pouch on the side. There's very little chance of actually being able to cram anything in there, so you might as well just forget about that one. Over here we have a spare AR mag pouch. I don't know why there's one mag pouch on the opposite end over there. Okay, well, up here we've got a couple of Velcro MOLLE attachments. You could definitely throw some sort of MOLLE kit on there. On the back we have additional MOLLE attachments wherever they are. Here they are. I do not know how stable your MOLLE is going to be on this thing. You might want to throw some stuff on the back to kind of like help balance this thing out, because it's just not able to tighten very much at all. The tightening mechanisms on this thing are absolute trash, and it keeps coming loose, especially as I'm like moving it around and making this video. Now, if you want to get something like this and like posing it for photos and whatnot, then hey, by all means, that might actually legitimately work. But if you want to get something like this for any real legitimate practical purposes, I would not recommend it. I do not know the durability of this material, but I'm also going to be honest with you guys. I do not really have much intention of finding out the durability of this material. I do not see me using this at any real significant length that would put it to the test of testing how durable it actually is. On the bright side though, I don't think I've ever seen any other kind of vest that has a legitimate garbage disposal system attached right to the vest. I mean, hell, if you're running around, the weight of your handgun, where's my ammunition here? Yeah, if you're running around, the weight of this handgun might actually just rip this thing off of there. Yeah, yeah, she's falling off. All right, that's not a good thing to have. Bright side though, the horrible amalgamation, whatever word I'm looking for here, the horrible shotgun shell attachments right here, that is still holding true, and I do have 6 shotgun shells here and available. They are annoying as hell to get into this thing since they are not the proper size to be able to run in this thing. I honestly think that running it with 5 shells as opposed to the 6 would be the better option, just because 5 or 6 shells really had that thing flexing, and I think that the stitching is going to start, it already has started coming undone. So the stitching in the shotgun shell holder has literally started coming undone already. Right here you can see, maybe you guys can see, the stitching between this shell holder and this shell holder is very much starting to come apart at this point in time, so you're not going to have much of a shotgun shell holder before too terribly long. Alright, the mag pouches actually seem pretty nice. They are snug for what it is that you're running. The Velcro attachments seem to be half decent. The pistol mag pouches, although small, seem to at least do their job. The various pockets that you have here, I don't know what it is that you would put in them, but you could put something in them and that would probably work. MOLLE attachments, I have no idea. I would not recommend using those for any real purposes. I don't know what these right here are intended to be for, but they're made of plastic, so don't go thinking that you're going to put your weight on this thing. Ah, yes, the shotgun shell attachment is coming off in multiple sections. That's alright. I have several shotgun shell attachments that can be attached with Velcro. Maybe I'll just go ahead and grab myself a couple of those. As a matter of fact, I might just lose this holster here altogether and just throw shotgun shell attachments all over this thing, and this will be like my 12 gauge running vest. There's a belt down on the bottom of this vest. Originally I thought it was a MOLLE belt, and I was like, that's actually kind of cool. Little MOLLE belt that comes with the vest. Not a MOLLE belt. There's no way to attach any sort of MOLLE anything to this belt. We do have a couple of little attachments that are held on with Velcro. I'm not sure what you would use them for. They look like little multi-tool holsters. Go ahead and pull these off right here. These right here are what are attached to the belt literally just by Velcro. Just little pockets, like I said. They look like little multi-tool holsters. I'm sure that you can figure out something that can fit in there. It looks like it's just large enough to hold a Snickers bar. So if you find yourself, you know, out trying to do some LARPing and some training, and your blood sugar starts to drop, you can have your tactical Snickers bar and your patent tactical Snickers bar holster. Personally, if I was using this thing for any real applications, and I might actually like wander around with this thing after I rig it up to be what I actually want it to be, there's no way in hell I would keep it closed because it's just too uncomfortable and it keeps coming loose. So shotgun shell attachments are kind of nice, like having the option to cover this area right here in shotgun shells after I lose the holster. That's not that bad of an idea. But there are definitely way better options out there in terms of kit that you might want to run. It is camo though, I'll give you that. It is a camouflage vest, so that might be good for somebody out there. Alright, well ladies and gentlemen, I think this is about all I have to say about this vest. Boy oh boy, actually this little handgun right here, what the hell was that? This little handgun right here does make for a rather convenient armrest. So you can just rest your arm right on your handgun. That's not dangerous at all. Never mind, I can feel the handgun holster literally coming off the Velcro on this thing. So that holster, handgun armrest attachment should probably just be left as garbage disposal. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I think this is all I'm going to talk about this vest with. Talk about with this vest. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. I don't know what this video was. I literally just had this thing, and I figure, hey, it's the cheapest thing on eBay, and my clientele, who knows, maybe a lot of people on this YouTube channel are going to go ahead and try looking into something like this. The absolute bare minimum, bottom of the barrel, cheapest equipment that they can possibly find. I'm telling you right now, it's not a very good idea, especially if you're rocking anything. If you're rocking anything, I would not recommend it. Any amount of weight on this thing just throws the balance off of it so much because it can't be tightened any real significance. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Like I said, like, subscribe, share. I'm gonna go refresh this coffee. My God. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.